So you're offering habit-based deep health coaching like many other coaches do. And then you're scrolling around Facebook or maybe on some coach's page, and then you realize they're charging $3,500 for a free-month program when you're struggling to sell a $1,000 program. And you're wondering, what the hell is actually the difference here? And that's what we're going to talk about, how you can create a high-ticket coaching experience so people are willing to pay big money, but also clients will stick for you for longer. So the problem here often is you hear this, you have to add value to your program. But the question is, what is this value? How can you actually provide a VIP coaching experience that justifies a $2,500 price difference? And I can already hear some of you saying, I have nothing special to offer. Who am I to charge so much? And what I want you to realize is you already have all the key ingredients to create a high-ticket coaching package. What you need is the recipe. And the recipe, and that's what Matthew is going to share with us, is you have to allow or get your clients results easier, faster, while having more fun. And for everyone who's already watching us, let us know in the comments, do you believe that you have everything that you need to help your clients reach their goals easier, faster, while having more fun? Let us know in the comments below. And before I introduce Matthew, and he is going to share amazing insights into these 3 points, I want to make sure that I'm not wasting your time with this video. So this video is for you if you're ready to become a high-ticket coach. And that means you have to challenge some of the beliefs that are holding you back from actually creating this VIP experience that people are ready to buy. And you are ready to lean into some of the discomfort because you will have to do things differently if you want different results from what you have been getting. And I need you to trust and believe in yourself and that you have something unique to offer, that you have some X factor that nobody else can share. However, if you think your coaching is perfect and your sales process is perfect, and it's just other people who finally have to realize your value, then we will probably be wasting your time today. And if you're not ready to believe in yourself, that you have something unique, then you will not get the most out of this conversation either. But I have talked a lot. It's about Matthew and his amazing insights. So Matthew, I'm curious, how did you come up with some of the solutions that you're going to share with us? And what mistakes have you made along the way?
Yeah, so for me, I was early on in my journey, right after I finished my precision nutrition certification. I, like many people, struggled to get clients. So I hired a high-ticket business coach. And one of the amazing things that I got out of that experience was that it immediately got me starting to think, okay, how can I provide a lot of value in my programs? Because they were telling me, you need to charge $3,000 for a 90-day program. That was kind of how their model worked. And I was like, oh, wow, $3,000 for a 90-day program. Do I have to talk to them every day? What does that look like? And it really started getting the wheels turning pretty much as soon as I became a nutrition coach about how can I actually provide $3,000 worth of value to a nutrition coaching client. And that was way, way back in 2012. So for the last 9 years, I've been a student of how to actually create a really amazing experience for clients, whether they're paying you a little or a lot.
And I want to make sure that we start where most coaches at. In your mind, what is actually the difference between a low ticket or medium ticket and a high ticket package? How do you define the difference?
Yeah, so if we're talking ticket, the biggest difference is just the ticket price. It's how much are you charging? So low ticket is something where you're probably charging less than 3 figures. So you're probably charging like $97, $47, $57, something real under $100 would be like low ticket, because there's this low cognitive barrier to entering that program. Something that's less than $100, it's easier to say, yeah, sure, I can try it. If it doesn't work out, whatever. Medium ticket, especially in nutrition coaching, I've worked with thousands of nutrition coaches. I've seen what their pricing models look like. Kind of that mid-ticket tends to be somewhere in that like $100 to maybe $250 per month range for a coaching service. And then the high ticket coaching, I really see that as being, it's more than $1,000 for 90 days. That's where it starts becoming more that high ticket, because that's where, if you're having a conversation with someone, it makes them pause and question whether or not they're actually committed to making the changes that a nutrition coach can make them help make. So I think anything over $1,000 for kind of a 90-day journey would be more in that high ticket realm. And I've got coaches who are charging similar to what I was trying to charge when I first started, $1,000 or more per month. And people are saying yes. So that's what's possible within the high ticket realm.
Yeah. And for those watching live right now, or maybe the recording, I'm curious, what is it for you? Where do you define the line between the high ticket and low ticket price? And are you currently team low ticket or team high ticket? And I want to continue down this path, and I want to go deeper into this VIP coaching experience. But first, why do you think nutrition coaches should at least have one high ticket coaching offer, even if they are not actively promoting it?
I think everybody should have it, even if they're new, because it is something to grow into. Let's say you're a brand new coach. You may not have the confidence in yourself just yet. You may not even have the skills in your toolkit just yet to justify a $1,000 per month program with somebody. But it's creating that container that you can eventually grow into. And it gets you to start actually thinking about, if I were to charge $1,000 per month, what value could I provide? And then even if you're only working with people at $100, $200, $300 per month, then as you're working with them, you're going to start thinking, what are they finding valuable that then I could, put into $1,000 a month program? It's like, what's actually landing with them? What are they finding convenient? What are they liking about this experience? And you've created the container, and now you're able to start building that out from experience with people who maybe you're charging a lower ticket pricing to. So I think putting that there, that kind of container where it's like, okay, what would it look like, is really valuable, because then even if you don't put that program out and actively promote that program yet, you're still noticing the things that would make that valuable. You can bring that to your clients today, and you can bring that VIP experience no matter what investment level your clients are committed at.
Yeah, and I see a lot of people joining us right now. For those who are new, we're currently talking about how you can create a high-ticket coaching package, and especially how you can create this value, this magical value that you should add. And my next question for you, Matthew, is actually, you had the task from your high-ticket business coach to sell $3,500 for a 90-day program. What was the thought process? How did you find these things that are convenient, easy, faster? How did you create this first program?
Yeah, so my first program was honestly a bit of a disaster, because I think over the course of 9 months, I enrolled 2 clients into that program. But the thing is, I think what a lot of coaches do when they think, oh, high ticket is, I've got to provide more one-on-one time. So it's like, oh, instead of one Zoom call a month, it's like a Zoom call every week, or, a Zoom call every day, or I'll check in every day. And they think it means more interaction with the client. But the thing is, as you mentioned, value comes from making it easier for your client to reach their goal. And is it easier for your client if they have to get on a 30 to 60 minute Zoom call with you every week, every day, in order to lose 10 pounds, clear up their brain fog, feel more confident in themselves? Or is it more easy, or is it faster for them to just check in, ask questions when they need it? You reach out when you feel that there's a coachable moment, that, whenever they're struggling, you jump on a Zoom call, you hash it out, and then they lose the 10 pounds, clear up the brain fog, and increase their confidence. It's like, if the outcome is the same, how can you make the path to getting there easier, more convenient, faster, and as you said earlier too, more fun?
And I want to go deeper into some of the details. So you're mentioning it's not so much this often, but how do you actually suggest for your coaches and for your clients to actually structure a first high ticket package? Do you have some template, some outline that people can orient themselves?
Yeah, I think it's important to understand the process because, a high ticket experience isn't one that's cookie cutter. So I can't just say you should offer X, Y, and Z, and then boom, magically you've got a high ticket offer. So you need to recognize, anybody who's watching this, that high ticket comes from it being truly bespoke, truly personalized. I call it a VIP coaching experience because that person is a very important person. That's what VIP stands for. So you want to create a program that makes them feel important, like it's exactly for them. And we call it the monopoly offer, an offer where they don't even think about anything else being a possible solution. You are the only solution. You've got a monopoly on the solution to their problems. And in order to create something like that, well, you have to, as I like to say, know thy client. And the best way to know thy client is to do market research. That's one of the first things that we have all of the coaches who we work with do is go through a market research process. So my recommendation to anybody would be to start reaching out to people who might be like the clients you want to work with. We find that when people do about 10 of these market research calls, that they get some really valuable insights, a lot of crossover that they're then able to use to guide how they create a program for these people. So going through the market research process, you want to make sure that you start understanding what are people struggling with? What would they really love a solution to? What would their dream solution look like? If you could wave a magic wand and all of a sudden all their problems were solved, what would that look like? You want to know what frustrates them. You want to know what their single biggest desire is when it comes to, whatever their nutrition coaching goal is. You want to ask these questions to really understand what it is that they might be looking for. And once you've actually gathered that information, then you can start constructing, okay, like where's the crossover? What are the things that I can solve for people? Based off the tools that I have in my toolkit, with all these struggles and these frustrations and these obstacles that these people have expressed to me, what tools in my toolkit can I then use to solve those things? And you start constructing an offer or a set of things that you can do for people. And then when it comes to the sales process, the way that I think about making an offer is if something's in my wheelhouse, if I've got a toolkit to help them solve it, during the discovery process of a discovery call, figuring out what they need. And then if I can solve that, when I'm making the offer, I tell them, hey, because you told me that you were really struggling with, eating out on the weekends, I've actually got this amazing resource to help you with eating out on the weekends. And you'll be able to, WhatsApp me over the weekend, anytime that you're really struggling, and I'll be there to, help you out with menu options. That way you're able to establish your own ability to decide what menu options make the most sense for you. And that way it's really bespoke to them, not just in the like offer creation process, but also on the offer process within the sales process. And I think that's something that's a lot different when it comes to high ticket or VIP coaching versus low ticket. Because a lot of times low ticket isn't sold over a sales call. It's sold from a sales page or a VSL or something like that, where the program is set. It's like you get X, Y, Z deliverable, you get X, Y, Z bonus, and that's that.
And one question that actually came up while you're talking, a lot of the examples and how you approach it doesn't actually sound like you need super in-depth nutrition knowledge, like a degree or something. It's actually just how you present your knowledge that's much more important than actually the incredible depth of your knowledge. What has been your experience in this regard?
Yeah, absolutely. It might be painful for some really well-educated coaches to hear this, but some of the most educated coaches who I've mentored are the most unsuccessful when it comes to getting clients and running their business. And oftentimes it's just, they don't know how to talk to their clients. Mm-hmm. They don't know how to understand what their clients actually want. Their level of education is up here. What their clients want is here, and they don't know how to communicate across the gap. Mm-hmm. And so I've actually found that Sometimes being not undereducated, but just coming out of your certification and being bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and excited to take on the world and still relatively fresh out of your own journey can be an advantage, because there's not this big gap between where you're at and how you're thinking and where your clients are and how they're thinking. It's easy for you to empathize with them and get into their shoes and communicate to them in a way where it makes sense and they can see the value.
Yeah, and it's this this difficulty when you think you have so much knowledge and then you overthink things and you try to make them complicated instead of very often just speak to simple things like being super frustrated that you don't know what to eat after your workout, for example. And you mentioned that a VIP coaching program is a monopoly optional offer that's very unique. But how then can coaches actually come up with a price?
Yeah, so there's a couple different ways to think about this. I like to think about it in terms of, I always want to reverse engineer my goals. I want to figure out, okay, where do I want to be, and then work backwards. So one of the ways that you can think about it, and I can provide a calculator that does this for folks, just a little spreadsheet. But you can figure out, okay, what's my income goal? Like, for example, a lot of coaches who come to work with us, they are side hustling. They've got another career that they've been in. They want to leave it to become a full-time nutrition coach. So the easiest thing to think about is, okay, I'm earning $6,000 in my full-time job. So I want to leave that. So I need $6,000 in income for my nutrition coaching business. You go, okay, I need $6,000 in income for my nutrition coaching business. I've got 20 hours per week that I can dedicate while I'm working full-time to make that happen. So you got 20 hours. Say it takes you an hour per client, plus you've obviously got to sell and market. So maybe you can take on 15 clients. So then you know that 15 clients has to earn you $6,000. So then you know that you would probably need to price yourself at $400 per month if you want to hit $6,000 per month in the 20 hours per week that you've got on the side to build the business. That way you can move from side hustling coach to full-time coach. So that's one of the ways that you can figure out your pricing. But the thing is, I recognize for a lot of people, if they're like, oh, I was thinking like 150. Oh my gosh, Matt, I've got to charge 400 per month. Oh no, like how do I provide the value? One of the things that we recommend is that you do what we call confidence scaling. So if $150 per month is what you feel confident charging right now, then you need to get to 400 per month. Sure, first person that you have a sales conversation with, offer maybe 200. It stretches you just a little bit. And then once you get a yes and realize, oh, this is possible, then maybe you can go to like 250. Or if you're really feeling confident, go to 300 per month for the next client. And you scale your way up to the 400 per month. So that way it's not a huge scary jump from 150 to 400 per month. Because if you aren't confident when you offer that to people, when you offer that $400 per month package, they're going to see right through it. And every objection in the world is going to come up.
Yeah, it's very often this $400 per month. Please don't yell at me. What I also like about this approach is you can actually verify that people are ready to pay so much instead of immediately setting up a high price and basically hoping that people find the value in it. You can slowly increase and see, oh, people are still ready to buy it, to buy it. And one problem that I see from this approach is clients may be noticing that that another person paid $50 less or even far less. How can you communicate these increases in prices with clients?
Yeah, so I have never had clients talk about how much they're paying for a program and that kind of conflict come up. So if that is the hurdle that somebody's having in their mind, I've worked with thousands of clients on the nutrition coaching side and on the business coaching side. I've never had a situation come up, and we're talking law of large numbers. I've never had a situation come up where someone's gone, but that person's paying less than I am. And if they did, I'd be like, yeah, but they started before you and I grandfathered them into that price. And in order for me to be able to provide the VIP experience I do, I have to charge $400 per month. Otherwise, I'd have to take on more than 15 clients. And if I'm working with more than 15 clients, then I can't provide the level of service I've been able to provide to you. And the other thing is, if somebody said yes to 400 per month and they're getting value and they're happy, so be it.
So I love this perspective. I always get back to these very simple supermarket examples. So sometimes you have a promotion and you get the same package for cheaper, and you never think about going back the next week and say, I bought this cheaper last week, I want to get it cheaper this week as well.
Yeah.
One of the things that people often struggle with are not the mechanics of calculating the income price or maybe doing the market research. It's more this, how do I trust myself enough to actually put myself out there, to actually, I'm not just confident, but also enthusiastic about my program. And we can't solve all the problems on this call for sure. So I want to know, where can people go to learn more and actually develop some of this confidence to put themselves out there? Do you have any suggestions?
Yeah, I think the confidence really comes from doing mindset work. And since we're all coaches, we're all interested in, what it takes to be a great coach. And I think being able to manage your own mindset and confidence issues then opens up a toolkit or a new tool in your toolkit to be able to help your clients with that. Because especially as nutrition coaches, that's something a lot of our clients end up struggling with. So, you might want to find something that's your flavor of mindset work or that's your flavor of personal development and dive into that. Because I do believe that there are some very different flavors and different strokes for different folks. Some people love stoicism, whereas some people love things that might be more airy-fairy woo-woo that wouldn't resonate with that type of person. So I think it's a matter of just finding what's your flavor of personal development and just committing to going down that path, whether it's, reading books that are that flavor of personal development, whether it's jumping into any, getting coaching for yourself so that you can, understand more about yourself. So that way you can go deep with your clients. I always tell my clients or the coaches, you can't go deeper with your clients than you've gone yourself. So, committing to that path, I think, is quite important. And if you can, unlock your own confidence, then you'll be able to help your clients find the key and unlock their own confidence as well.
And one thing that I personally think is super important is to be in an environment where the desired behavior or the desired confidence is actually normal. So can you tell us a little bit more about your nutrition coaching community and what people can get there from joining your free Facebook group?
Yeah, absolutely. No, I think that's a great point. The normalizing the outcome that you want to have is so important. I think that's one of the things that a lot of the coaches in our mentorship programs benefit from, is seeing other nutrition coaches who are doing what they want to do. And within the online nutrition coach community, which is our free Facebook group for online nutrition coaches, we do weekly masterclasses similar to this every single week to help you with some of the technical, tactical side of things, as well as some of the mindset side of things. But we also are sharing a lot about what's working for our clients and what's working for the coaches who are charging $3,000, $5,000, $6,000 for their coaching programs and, getting 5 to 8 new clients per month. It's we're sharing that, and it can become normal to see oh, it is possible. It is possible. I've seen, Sudipta, she's able to get, 8 clients in a month and she's charging $1,000 a month. Wow, that's possible. Or it's oh my gosh, this person's fresh out of Precision Nutrition. They did market research. Based off of their market research, they went and made that offer, that monopoly offer to their client, and they got 2 clients out of it. They got their first 2 clients just from doing market research and knowing their clients better. And so it's a really cool opportunity to come in and not only learn from me and Kate, but also to be able to see the success that other coaches are having and to normalize that for yourself and to realize that, they're actually not that different than me. They just have had the confidence to step through the fear enough times that now they've arrived at, a pretty solid level of success. So It's on Facebook. If you just search in Facebook, Online Nutrition Coach Community, or if you go to facebook.com/groups/nutrition coach community, you can check that out as well.
Yeah, and I will add the links in the comments and in the description. But one thing that I personally think is super important, especially when you go into high ticket coaching, is that you have to experience that people will actually buy high ticket programs. And the best experience you can make is actually buying a high ticket coaching program. And you have something really cool coming up for people who are ready not to just get a free coaching group and a little bit of more experience, but actually dive really deep. Can you tell us about the VIP Coach Academy?
Yeah, so one of the things that we've realized is that especially for newer coaches or coaches who don't have an audience yet, their success in business is actually more a function of, when with exercise, how some exercise is about volume and duration, and some exercise, the adaptation comes from intensity. Well, we've realized that for coaches who are newer and maybe don't have a big established audience yet, that actually the type of coaching you need is more of the volume and duration versus the intensity. So we've got VIP coaching programs that are about intensity. But we've launched the VIP Coach Academy to actually be a 12-month program so that especially newer coaches or coaches who haven't really established an audience and a client base yet can get coaching over a longer period of time so that they can really start establishing that audience, establishing their confidence, and building out a VIP coaching offer and a way of speaking to their audience in a way that actually attracts clients in. And so that's something that we're actually launching. This is the first time I'm really talking about it publicly. We're launching this week, and we're doing a founding members deal for kind of Black Friday, Cyber Monday founding members deal, where you can actually get a free month of coaching. So when you sign up for the 12 months, you'll get 1 month free. So if anybody's interested in that, I did share the link with you, Robin. They can check out all of the details. We wanted to make it a very affordable way to get 12 months of business coaching so that, especially newer coaches without an established audience are able to transition from side hustle to full-time. Because we found the coaches who work with us for 12 months, every single one of them that's been with us for 12 months has been able to quit their job and has been able to make nutrition coaching their full-time thing. So we figured, why not make that the default duration of our program?
And what I really loved about the idea when I first heard about it is when you come across a business coach or a nutrition coach on social media, for example, they already have a reach because maybe they are suggested or you came across on your discovery page. So they already have established all these steps that we just talked about. And you always feel like, oh, I need 6,000, 10,000, 180,000 followers before I can actually start. But the reality is with followers or subscribers or email lists, leads, it's this trickle little bit every day that's so important. That's why I love the idea of not just going 90 days full throttle, let's go, but over 12 months and actually developing and actually encouraging that, sometimes things are a little bit slower and they come in waves. So for everyone who's watching, I will add the links in the comment section and in the description. I highly, highly recommend that you are checking out the program. It's super, super exciting. We are almost at our time limit, Matthew. I'm interested as a final tip for everyone who's watching. What is your biggest, deepest secret about actually becoming successful as a high-ticket coach?
I think it really does come down to confidence in yourself and what you deliver. Because when people hire a coach, they're actually hiring you to lead them. And I don't think anybody wants to follow a leader who isn't confident in where they're going or how they're going to get there. So if there's one thing that you can do, it is definitely to figure out a way to increase your confidence in yourself.
Yeah, beautiful. Matthew, thank you so much for everyone who's watching. Thank you so much for taking the time. And I highly, highly recommend that you're checking out the links, both the Nutrition Coach community and the VIP Coaching Academy are full packed of not just value, but also deep in the trenches experience. And whoever is going to check it out, you will get 1,000,000 times the worth the price. So Matthew, thank you so much. And for everyone who's watching, have a great day.
See everybody. Thanks, Robin.